Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Just to let you know, we're starting a new project. It is an abandoned new build. So 14 years ago the house was built, semi-detached. One side of it hasn't been completed. It has had a rough first fix, so there are plumbing and electrics in it. For whatever reason, the client wasn't happy with the initial first fix, so we are going in and we are rectifying what is wrong with the first fix and altering it to suit the way that we would like it. So we're not necessarily changing everything, but we are going to ensure that it is okay and it will be operational in the future. So to be fair to the original plumber, there's not too much wrong, maybe a few key things which I'll explain later on. So yeah, we'll get the tools out and yeah, we'll make a start. Hi guys, we're in the property now. Just to give you a quick run through of what we're doing. So this new build, it has got 4 bathrooms. It's having gas central heating. Originally it was going to have air source heat pump, but the customer decided not to go against that. It's had problems with our previous air source heat pumps, haven't we all? And so yeah, it's got 4 bathrooms, cloakroom, gas boiler, airing cupboard with unvented cylinder, underfloor heating downstairs. So like I said originally, a lot of the first fix has already been done by a previous plumber. So although most of it is okay, and to be fair to the plumber, he's done a pretty good job, there are a few mistakes. So what I'll do is a bit later on, I'll run through them all with you and let you know how we're going to be altering it and rectifying the work to bring it up to our standards. So I'm sure a lot of you would have seen these before. They're called wall ravens. Really handy for plumbers. Mainly used by electricians though. I don't seem to see them much in plumbing merchants, but they're incredibly handy for us. So telescopic, saves you putting batten between the stud works or floor joists. Really good, really recommend them. And because we're obviously tidying the pipework up on this job, we're just chucking a few in between timbers here. Just trying to make it nice and neat, so it's not just swinging around in the wall. So what we've done is we've altered it, we've put copper tiles through up into the airing cupboard, so it's a little bit neater. So everything you see in copper is what we're doing. Originally, a lot of the poly pipe was coming up through into the airing cupboard at a variety of different angles, different positions, and it's not something we're happy with. So we're removing a lot of the pipe work, moving it to the back wall, making it nice and neat, so it makes it a lot easier on the second fix, and also it's visually going to be a lot more pleasing to the eye. So I'll just show you now what we're doing. So you can see here, all the pipe work's nice and neat in a line, so when we come to second fix, it's all going to be nice and easy. Everything's coming up through the back through a slot. Flow returns all in the right position. Cylinder's going to be going here on the left, so what we're doing, we're just getting it all air tested first individually. So hot, cold, flow and return, cold water main coming up. We haven't got to worry about the PRV because it's going straight into this soil stack here. So getting it individually pumped up so we can test the existing pipework before we make our final first fix alterations in the bathroom. So yeah, it's all looking good. So we'll test it all individually, identify any problems, rectify them. Other than that, we should be good for then creating a manifold up here, filling it all up with water, and yeah, getting it ready for second. Unfortunately, we stumbled on a bit of an issue. It's got hot water recirculation and it's all piped up correctly, other than it's in the wrong material. Unfortunately, you can't use push fit poly pipe on hot water returns. This is something we see a lot. This job is too far on for us to change it, so some of the rooms are boarded. It's too far gone for us to really reroute it all, so unfortunately we're just going to have to cap it, and the draw-off's going to have to be a bit of a distance, but we see it a lot. So if ever you're thinking about putting hot water return in, you've got to be really careful of the materials that you're using. It can either be copper ideally or MLC. Some of the push fit brands do allow you to install it as long as you've got a timer on it, but the problem with that is if your customer decides to put that timer on manual or override it, you're going to have an issue. So I myself have been to a few jobs where I've literally had to walk in with wellies because the hot water return's gone. So just bear that in mind, guys, any of you new plumbers or any plumbers who are currently doing it with polypipe, because I know a couple who are still doing it. Don't do it, because it ends in tears, trust me, I've seen it. Hi guys, back at the abandoned new build today, and we've got 2 shower trays to install, as well as finish off the final first fix for the drainage. So bit of saw pipe work, bit of waste pipe, so solvent weld. A lot of it's all good. It looks really good. I've been actually impressed with what the last plumber's done. Everything seems okay. We're just going to get into its final positions. Make sure we're happy, check it with water, and yeah, we should be good to go. Right, so here is the first shower tray that's going down. What we need to do first is we need to pack it off from the walls. We're going to be putting these packs together to create the thickness of the plasterboard. What we do is obviously put the screw high enough so we can get it back out afterwards. And then that means we can just butt the tray up. So once you've got the depth of the shower tray, if you get your pencil, scribe it along here, mark the depth so that way you'll know how much gear to put on the floor. Best thing to do is mark your shower tray waist, which there's already a hole there, so someone's already attempted to fit this shower tray, which is great, so we just need to neaten it up. So these packers I've installed now, they will remain under the shower tray. They're all level across, so what it ensures is that when I put the gear down, I don't really need to worry too much. As long as it's adhered to the base, it's not going to go out of level, because I know the packers are level, so as long as the tray is touching those packers, we're fine. So you can see here the significance of me using these packers. So we've actually got 8mm that side, level, nice and level, bubbles in the middle, and we've got 3mm this side. I like to use a tile trowel, makes it nice and simple, nice and neat. Got a pencil line here so we know not to go too far. Try and keep it away from the trap hole so it's not all falling through the ceiling. Right, tray's all in now, guys. Just to get a bucket of water, pour it down, make sure it's connected, which it isn't. Mine's not plumbed in. So we're down in the garage now. We're about to make a start on this underfloor heating system. So it's already been screeded, but it's never been pressure tested. It doesn't look like it's been paired up either. So that was one of the things that I realised when I came to do the quotation, that obviously this is a bit peculiar. It's just been laid, not been tested. So we're going to get a manifold all connected up, put it on a temporary board, pressure test it, and hopefully everything will be okay with that, and then we'll be very close to finishing the first fix. So what we need to do is, because this wall, it still needs a plasterboard to go on, still needs a plaster to go on, we need to batten it off the wall so the manifold can be pulled back so the board can slide in behind it, and it can be plastered. So the manifold needs to be fitted minimum 600mm to the bottom run on the manifold here. So this here needs to be 600mm from the finished floor level. The reason for that is so you can get a decent radius on the bend coming up, and I'm pretty sure that's the same with most manufacturers of pipe. So what we do is we'll get the battens on the wall, we'll get the frame mounted, and then we can start lining up the pipe work. Right, so we've got the manifold on the wall. This is how you should start every underfloor heating job. You need to either look at the design or choose where you want the underfloor heating manifold to be and get it mounted on the wall. So you can make sure you've got your pipes directly underneath it or in a position where they can be run into the correct port. So at the moment, a couple of these are going to be too short, so they're being cut too short. They're also coming in from the side, so unfortunately it's not going to look too pretty, but I've had to move the manifold over so we can get the flow and return down and have the pump set fitted on. So yeah, you just got to bear that in mind. I would always recommend putting the manifold on first and work backwards from there. So the next step is I need to identify the pairs of these flow and return pipe work. So the easiest thing to do, if you ever come across an underfloor heating manifold where the pipes haven't been connected like this, you can blow down the pipe, feel the air coming through the other side, and then you'll be able to identify which one is which. So really you should have some sort of conduit that goes from here around the radius of the bend, and that will protect the bend, stop it from kinking, especially when you're pushing the pipes up into the manifold. So it's got insulation on here, so it's too late to put it on now. So what I need to do is I need to mark the depth of the pipe onto the push fitting, so it's not too tight, there's enough slack if ever it needs maintenance, but it still wants to be nice and neat. So pull it up tight and then drop it down approximately 20mm, I'd say. Get your mark, cut it, got insert in, saving the last manifold because that's going to be for this garage room here. Push that in, and then also always mark the depth of push fit as well, so I know that it's gone and put in home. Push it in, and then give it a tug so you know it's nice and secure. Give it a tug as well. Give it a tug as well. I don't want to be saying on camera. Give it a tug. Give it a pull. Just as bad. Got the manifold all piped up now, mounted on the wall. One of the pipes here was cut too short, so just for temporary reasons I've just put a poly pipe coupling on with the inserts. Same brand, so it should be totally fine, but I'll change that out later. We've got one port on the end which isn't in use at the moment, so what I've done, I've just created a loop so we can fully test the manifold. I've created a jig with a pressure gauge on it and a lever valve, so we can now get it all pumped up. Whilst I've been installing the underfloor heating manifold, my colleague Bailey's been up here. He's created a manifold for all the flow return, cold, hot pipe work, so we can pressure test it all as one individual system. Strongly recommend doing this at first fix stage once you complete, so you can leave the whole system fill up with water, and then if anybody accidentally screws through it or you have a fitting that becomes problematic, you will know because it'll be leaking. Right, that's us all about done now. First fix all complete, everything tested, everything checked, so we're happy to leave. We'll be returning probably in the next month or two to get the second fix underway. Thanks for tuning in. If you would like to like this video and subscribe to our channel, would really appreciate it if you want to see any more content. So yeah, hopefully see you on the next one.